How long have you been waiting? Waiting for the right time, the right mood, the right opportunity, the right confidence. You tell yourself, not now, one day. But listen carefully, one day is the most dangerous word in your life. Because dreams don't die from failure, they die from waiting. The truth nobody tells you is this: there is no right moment. Life will never slow down. Fear will never disappear. Conditions will never be perfect. And the longer you wait, the heavier your doubts become. You don't need more time, you need more courage. Look around. People who are winning didn't start because they were ready. They started because they were tired of waiting. They moved while scared. They acted while uncertain. And that single decision, to begin before feeling ready, changed everything. Right now, somewhere in the world, someone with less talent than you, less knowledge than you, and fewer resources than you is taking action. And because of that action, they are moving ahead while you're still thinking. This video is not here to motivate you for 5 minutes. It's here to wake you up. If you've been waiting for permission, this is it. If you've been waiting for confidence, it comes later. If you've been waiting for the perfect moment, it doesn't exist. The only moment you'll ever have is now. And what you do with this moment will decide your future. So don't wait, because the right moment isn't coming. The right moment is already here. Part 1. The lie of the right moment. The right moment is one of the biggest lies people believe. It sounds intelligent and responsible, but in reality, it is nothing more than fear wearing a polite mask. People don't wait because they are careful or smart. They wait because they are afraid. Afraid of failure, afraid of judgment, afraid of being seen trying and not succeeding. So they tell themselves they'll start later, when conditions improve, when confidence appears, when everything feels safe. But the truth is harsh and simple: ready never arrives. Life has never been perfect, and it never will be. There will always be something missing: money, time, support, clarity, or confidence. If you look back, you'll realize that every phase of your life had problems. Yet somehow, you believed that one magical moment would come where everything would finally align. That moment doesn't exist. Waiting becomes comfortable because it protects you from discomfort. But comfort is exactly what keeps you stuck. While you wait, time does not slow down. Days turn into months, and months quietly turn into years. Opportunities don't wait for courage. Life doesn't pause because you're unsure. Someone else is moving forward while you are still planning. And the most dangerous part is this: waiting feels safe. You're not failing publicly, you're not being rejected, but slowly, silently, your belief in yourself begins to fade. Your dreams lose urgency. Your potential gets buried under excuses. Successful people did not start because the moment was right. They started because they were tired of waiting. They moved while scared, acted while uncertain, and learned while failing. They didn't wait for confidence. Confidence came after action. That single decision to move without guarantees is what separates growth from regret. Understand this clearly. The right moment is not in the future. It will not appear one day and invite you in. The right moment is created the second you take action. The moment you stop waiting is the moment your life begins to change. Part 2. Fear hiding behind excuses. Most people say they are preparing, but deep down, they are just afraid. Fear is clever. It doesn't always show up as panic or anxiety. Sometimes it shows up as planning, researching, learning, and waiting for more information. It tells you just a little more time, just a little more preparation. And because it sounds reasonable, you believe it. but what you're really doing is hiding from action. Preparation feels productive, but without action, it becomes a trap. You watch videos, read books, take notes, and feel motivated, yet nothing in your life actually changes. You confuse movement with progress. Your mind stays busy, but your life stays the same. Fear loves this state because it keeps you comfortable while convincing you that you're doing something important. Ask yourself honestly, how long have you been preparing for the same thing? Weeks? Months? Years? At some point, preparation stops being smart and starts becoming an excuse, because the truth is, you will never feel fully ready. There will always be something more to learn, something more to fix, something more to improve. If readiness was required to start, nobody would ever succeed. Real growth begins when preparation ends and action begins. Action is uncomfortable. Action exposes you. Action risks failure. And that is exactly why fear fights so hard to keep you planning instead of doing. But here's what fear doesn't want you to know. Action teaches faster than thinking ever will. One step forward will give you more clarity than months of planning. Confidence is not something you wait for. Confidence is something you earn by taking action despite fear. Every time you act, fear loses power. Every time you delay, fear grows stronger. Waiting feels safe today, but it builds regret for tomorrow. So stop hiding behind preparation. Stop calling fear planning. Stop waiting for a feeling that may never come. The moment you move, imperfect, unsure, and afraid, is the moment you break fear's control. And once you take that first step, everything begins to change. Part 3. Nobody starts ready. Nobody wakes up one day feeling fully prepared to change their life. Nobody starts with complete confidence, perfect knowledge, or zero fear. The idea that you must feel ready before you begin is another trap that keeps people stuck where they are. Readiness is not a requirement for success. It is a result of action. And the people who understand this move forward while others keep waiting. Look closely at anyone who has achieved something meaningful. In the beginning, they were unsure. They doubted themselves. They felt nervous and unqualified. They didn't have all the answers, and many times they didn't even have a clear plan. What they had was a decision to start anyway. That decision mattered more than talent, intelligence, or perfect timing. When you wait to feel ready, you are asking for certainty in a world that offers none. Life does not hand out guarantees. It only responds to movement. The moment you take action, you begin to learn. The moment you step forward, your mind adapts. But when you stay still, nothing changes. No confidence is built. No skills are developed. No opportunities appear. Many people believe confidence comes first and action comes second. In reality, it works the opposite way. Action comes first. Confidence follows later. You don't become confident by thinking about doing something. You become confident by doing it, failing, adjusting, and doing it again. Every step forward, no matter how small, strengthens your belief in yourself. The most dangerous moment in life is when you convince yourself that you are almost ready. Almost ready keeps you waiting forever. It keeps you stuck in planning mode while time moves on without you. Meanwhile, someone else with less experience and fewer resources is moving forward simply because they decided to start. So stop waiting to feel ready. Start before the fear disappears. Start before the doubts fade. Start while your hands shake and your heart races. Because readiness is built in motion, not in comfort. And the moment you begin, even imperfectly, you separate yourself from the majority who are still waiting for permission that will never come. Part 4. Waiting is quietly stealing your life. Waiting feels harmless. It doesn't look dangerous. It doesn't feel like failure. That's why it's so powerful. While you're waiting, nothing dramatic happens. No alarms go off. No one warns you. But quietly, in the background, your life is moving forward without your permission. Every day you wait, time takes something from you. A little energy, a little urgency, a little belief. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into years, and suddenly you realize you've been standing in the same place for far too long. Not because you couldn't move, but because you kept telling yourself you would move later. The most painful part is that waiting creates an illusion of safety. You're not risking failure, you're not being judged, you're not uncomfortable. But comfort has a hidden cost. It slowly kills ambition. It makes dreams feel unrealistic. It trains your mind to accept less than what you once wanted. And over time, the life you imagine begins to feel distant, almost impossible. Opportunities don't announce how long they'll stay. They don't wait until you feel confident. They appear quietly and they leave the same way. While you hesitate, someone else steps in. While you overthink, someone else tries. Life rewards movement, not hesitation. Waiting also changes how you see yourself. Each delay sends a message to your mind that you don't trust yourself. Each excuse weakens your self-belief. Eventually, it's not the world holding you back, it's you. You start doubting your ability to take action at all. Regret doesn't come from trying and failing. Regret comes from knowing you could have tried and didn't. It comes from remembering all the moments you told yourself, not now. One day, not now becomes too late. If you don't choose to move, time will choose for you. And time is never gentle. The only way to stop waiting from stealing your life is to act. Now, imperfectly, and without guarantees. Because the cost of waiting is always higher than the cost of trying. Part 5. Action creates the right moment. Most people believe the right moment comes first and action comes later. In reality, it works the opposite way. Action creates the right moment. Clarity, confidence, and opportunity are not found by waiting. They are built by moving. The moment you take action, even a small one, everything begins to shift. When you act, your mind wakes up. Problems that felt confusing start to make sense. Fear that felt overwhelming begins to shrink. You stop guessing and start learning. Action gives you real feedback, not imagined fear. Thinking can only take you so far, but movement teaches you what works and what doesn't. Waiting keeps you trapped in your head. Action pulls you into the real world. And in the real world, things change. New ideas appear, new people show up, new doors open that you could never have planned for. None of that happens while you are standing still. Look at your own life. Every moment that changed you didn't come from waiting, it came from doing. You didn't grow by thinking about growth. You grew by stepping into discomfort and learning as you went. That same rule still applies. The path becomes visible only after you start walking. Many people say, I'll act when I feel confident. But confidence is not a feeling you wait for. It is a reward you earn. Every small action strengthens it. Every step forward builds momentum. And momentum is powerful. Once it starts, it carries you forward even on days when motivation is low. The right moment is not something you find. It's something you create through movement. One action leads to another. One decision creates a chain reaction. What felt impossible starts to feel manageable. What felt scary becomes familiar. So stop waiting for clarity. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for permission. Take the step you've been avoiding. Start small if you must, but start now. Because the moment you act, you stop being a spectator in your own life and you begin creating the future you've been waiting for. Part 6. The world rewards action, not intention. The world does not reward good intentions. It never has. You can want success with all your heart, but wanting means nothing without movement. Dreams, plans, and promises live only in your mind until action gives them life. And the harsh truth is this: the world responds to what you do, not to what you plan to do. Millions of people have the same goals you do. They want a better life. They want freedom, respect, and success. But wanting is common. Action is rare, and that is why action stands out. The world pays attention to effort, consistency, and results, not excuses or potential. You may have the best idea, the strongest desire, and the purest intentions, but if you don't act, none of it matters. Opportunities don't chase dreamers, they follow doers. People trust those who move, not those who talk. Respect is earned through execution, not explanation. Intention feels good because it makes you believe you are on the right path. It comforts you. It tells you that one day things will change. But intention without action becomes a lie you tell yourself to avoid discomfort. It keeps you stuck in hope instead of progress. Action, on the other hand, is uncomfortable. It requires effort. It risks failure. But it also builds momentum. Each action sends a signal to your mind, to the world, and to the people around you that you are serious. And when the world sees seriousness, it responds. Think about it. Nobody applauds plans. Nobody rewards effort that never leaves your head. Results don't come from wishing. They come from showing up again and again, even when it's hard. If you want a different life, you must move differently. Stop measuring your future by your intentions and start measuring it by your actions. Because in the end, the world doesn't care what you meant to do. It only responds to what you actually do. Part 7. Start before you feel confident. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing they need confidence before they begin. They tell themselves, once I feel confident, I'll start. But confidence doesn't come first. Action does. Confidence is built through experience, not imagination. If confidence was required to start, nobody would ever change their life. Confidence is not a feeling you discover. It is a skill you develop. And like every skill, it grows only through practice. The first step will feel uncomfortable. Your hands may shake. Your mind may fill with doubt. That doesn't mean you're not ready. It means you're human. Waiting to feel confident keeps you stuck in the same place. It trains your brain to avoid discomfort instead of overcoming it. Every time you delay, fear becomes stronger. But every time you act, fear loses its grip. Even small actions send a powerful message to your mind. I can move despite fear. The people you admire didn't begin with confidence. They gained it by failing, adjusting, and trying again. Confidence is built after mistakes, not before success. It is created in the moment when you act even though you're unsure. That is where real strength comes from. Fear doesn't disappear when you wait. It disappears when you face it. The fastest way to grow confidence is to do the thing you're afraid of, not once, but repeatedly. Each attempt makes the next one easier. Each step forward weakens doubt. So don't wait for confidence to save you. Save yourself by taking action. Start scared, start unsure, start imperfect. Because the moment you act without confidence, you begin creating it. And with every step you take, you become stronger than the fear that once controlled you. Part 8. Small steps create big momentum. Most people never start because they think success requires a huge move. They imagine massive effort, perfect execution, and instant results. And that thought alone is enough to stop them. But real change doesn't begin with big actions. It begins with small, consistent steps. Small steps feel insignificant, but they are powerful. One simple action taken today is stronger than a perfect plan delayed for years. Small steps break fear into manageable pieces. They reduce pressure. They make progress feel possible instead of overwhelming. Momentum doesn't come from thinking big. It comes from moving small and moving often. The first step creates energy. The second step builds confidence. The third step starts to change your identity. Soon, what once felt impossible begins to feel normal. That's the power of momentum. Waiting for a big breakthrough keeps you frozen. Taking a small step keeps you moving. You don't need to see the whole path. You only need to see the next step. Clarity appears after movement, not before it. Every great achievement you admire started quietly. No applause, no spotlight, just someone taking small actions when nobody was watching. Those small actions, repeated daily, created habits, and habits created results. Small steps also protect you from burnout. You don't have to change everything overnight. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to show up today. Consistency beats intensity every time. So stop underestimating small actions. Stop waiting for motivation to feel huge. Take the step you can take right now. Send the message, start the task, make the call, begin the work. Because when you move a little every day, you build momentum that becomes unstoppable. And once momentum is on your side, even fear struggles to keep up. Part 9. Waiting is choosing a comfortable failure. Waiting feels safe. It feels like you're protecting yourself from failure, from mistakes, from embarrassment. But here's the truth. Waiting is a failure in disguise. It's a slow, quiet way of giving up on your potential without ever admitting it. You tell yourself, I'll do it later, but later often never comes. And in that delay, you are choosing comfort over growth, safety over success. Every day you wait, you trade progress for peace of mind. You avoid discomfort, but in doing so, you accept a life smaller than what you are capable of. Comfortable failure is dangerous because it doesn't hurt immediately. It doesn't shame you publicly, but internally, it kills ambition, reduces your confidence, and slowly convinces your mind that you are not capable of more. That's why so many people look back years later with regret. They didn't fail because they tried and couldn't succeed. They failed because they never tried at all. Waiting also gives your fears power. The longer you delay, the louder doubt becomes. You start convincing yourself that your dream is too big, too late, or too risky. And when the moment finally arrives, you are no longer ready. Your fear has grown stronger and your courage weaker. The comfort of doing nothing becomes a cage that keeps you small. Successful people don't wait for the perfect moment. They act despite fear. They step into discomfort, knowing that action is the only antidote to regret. They understand that mistakes, failures, and struggles are part of the process, but hesitation is permanent if left unchecked. So understand this clearly. Waiting is a choice, and it is a choice to fail quietly. If you want growth, opportunity, and success, you cannot wait for life to hand it to you. You must act now. Take the step, make the move, face the fear, and break free from the trap of comfortable failure. Every second you wait is a second you give away, and every action you take is a victory over the life you're leaving behind. Part 10. This moment is the signal. Everything you've been waiting for, everything you've been planning, thinking, and dreaming about, this moment is it. it. The moment you've been waiting for will never arrive perfectly. The right time doesn't exist. There is no magical alignment of circumstances, confidence, and clarity. Life doesn't pause for hesitation, and opportunities don't wait for perfection. If you want change, the signal to start has already arrived. It's here, right now. This is the wake-up call you can't ignore. The moment to act is not tomorrow, not next week, not after you feel ready. It is now. Right now, you have the chance to stop letting fear dictate your life. Right now, you can take the first step toward the dreams you've delayed for far too long. Waiting any longer is a decision to remain in the same place, to let time steal your potential. Success is not found in waiting. It is created through action. The people who are winning in life didn't wait for permission or clarity. They moved, stumbled, learned, and adjusted as they went. Every step, no matter how small or imperfect, brought them closer to their goals. And the same rule applies to you. The only difference between where you are and where you want to be is the decision to move. Stop overthinking. Stop waiting for signals from the world. Stop waiting for confidence to appear out of thin air. The signal is already here. You are alive, you have resources, and you have time. Every second you delay is a second lost, but every second you act is a second gained. So act now. Start imperfectly. Step forward despite fear. Take the leap without guarantees, because this moment is more than a moment. It is the turning point between the life you have and the life you deserve. The right moment is not coming. The right moment is already here. The only question is, will you move or will you wait again? Stop waiting. Start living. Waiting for the right moment is the easiest trap to fall into, and the deadliest. Life doesn't wait, and neither do opportunities. Every day you hesitate, every time you tell yourself later, you trade your potential for comfort. The truth is simple. The perfect moment doesn't exist. What exists is right now, and what matters is what you do with it. The people who achieve greatness don't wait for clarity, confidence, or perfect timing. They start while scared, uncertain, and unprepared. They take action, make mistakes, learn, adjust, and move forward. That's how momentum is created, and that's how results appear. Action breeds confidence, courage, and progress, not the other way around. Today, you have a choice. You can continue waiting, letting fear control your life, letting time slip away, or you can take the first step, however small, and begin creating the future you dream about. The moment you act is the moment you stop being a spectator in your own life. So don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for confidence. The right moment is already here. The only thing left is for you to move. Start now and change everything.